Okay, so say that this was a picture of my house. Okay. And say that I let it go for a couple weeks. And it was looking like that. It was looking really bad. And I finally decided, wow, I really need to do something about this house. And I think about, wow, I wish I could turn this house back into a nice house. And I'm trying to think about how that could happen. And then later that night, all of a sudden it starts to get stormy and black clouds start to accumulate all around the house. And then all of a sudden, beautiful! I come out the next morning and I go, yes! Lightning hit my house! A big source of power hit my house. It was an open system, and the electricity hit the house, and it became this beautiful house. Right? Now listen, I've got a great idea for you guys, because you guys told me that your rooms get dirty, right? So let's make sure to get your parents' permission. Get their permission first before you do this, but it works. Is go down and get a hand grenade, pull the pin off that baby, and roll it under your bedroom door, and then run! Bam! What happens? All of a sudden, your socks fly off the floor and into your drawers. All your books go bam right onto the bookshelf. All your clothes go right onto the hangers. And then you know how you've always got your covers laying on the floor and your mom just hates that? All of a sudden, the blast just takes those covers and it rolls them right back up over your bed, and your pillow lands right on top. Right? Is that the way that it would work if you invested energy into the system? Yes. Okay, exactly. Great. That is so true. It has to be organized energy. So let's talk about this. Here's this house that was hit by a hurricane. Okay, so that was an investment of energy. Did it make the house better or worse? Made it worse. Listen, here's the problem, is that when you have an open system, if you introduce a bunch of energy, it makes the second law go even faster. It makes things even worse. Okay? So let's say that we needed to turn that old junky house I had into this beautiful house. What's needed to do that? Okay, the first thing is energy, right? We've already talked about that. This guy right here, he just ate a Big Mac, okay? So he's using energy, okay? And then what's this thing use right here?
An excavator.
Gasoline, right? So it's using energy. What about all the power tools that they've got? What is that using? Electricity. So that's input of energy into the system, right? But then the second thing that you need is just what you said, is you need a plan on how to use the energy. Okay? So now if all these guys got together and they all started doing their thing, they all started throwing in grenades and they all started using their saws, and somebody got on the bulldozer there and started bulldozing things, would the house come together? They've all got to be working together on the same plan, right? Okay? So to reverse the second law of thermodynamics, and it's really not going against the second law of thermodynamics, it's part of the law, but to go from disorder to order, what you need to do is you need to invest energy, but you need to have a plan on how to use the energy. Okay, I saw a few hands go up, and then I think I talked you right out of it. Does anybody have anything to say? A few people had their hands up. Yes?
The second law of thermodynamics can only temporarily be overcome. Eventually, it's always going to go back to disorder.
Yes, exactly. Great point. And so to overcome it, we need energy and a plan. Excellent. Good point. Okay, so let's go back and look at evolution, okay? So it said a single cell all the way up to complex humans. So listen, could that happen with the second law of thermodynamics? I'm going to surprise you with my answer. The answer is yes, it could. As long as there's an investment of energy, just like the evolutionist was saying, we could go from a single cell to complex human beings. But there's something missing, which is the plan. You need a plan to do that. Okay, and evolution doesn't have a plan to do that. Matter of fact, in a few weeks, we're going to talk about evolution, and we're going to talk about how evolution supposedly works, okay? And they don't have a plan to turn a single cell into a complex human being. They try and do it with mutations, which are mistakes inside us, and natural selection, but those things aren't a good enough plan to turn a single cell into complex human beings, okay? And again, we're going to talk about that more in a few weeks.